Hey guys, just want to touch base with you today about some really exciting events, and I'm trying to get really pumped up. We're just a little more than a week away, and I'm glad because it's going to be a lot less talking of me and about the people I meet and the things and folks and the adventures that are going to be out there. But today had a really great experience. So I had an appointment with my doctor. Just so everybody knows, some people care about me and are wondering what I'm doing. I increased my life insurance, and as a result, I had to go get some blood work done yesterday and get it signed off by my doctor. And I already arranged the appointment anyway to make sure I had all my meds wrapped up and any preventative things in case something pops up on the road. Last thing I want to do is get an infection or an asthma attack or something like that. So it was a good visit. But what was really nice is I checked in. And those that know me, a lot of you don't, but those that know me know I usually try to make people smile and laugh and a little snarky and things like that. And I gotta stop saying things like that. Please, guys, shoot me down for that. Anyway, so I check in, and the office staff is always pretty friendly with me and usually hearing my stories and sharing and laughing at my misery. But I got in there, I sat down in the office, and all of a sudden they said, "Hey, there's a phone call," which I thought was really bizarre. And when I got on the phone call, it was one of the office ladies that is actually on vacation. And she thought enough about me and the journey that on her vacation told the gang in the office that when I got there to give her a call so she could wish me a peaceful and happy journey and safe journey, which is just, to me, so special and touching. And then while I was on the phone with her, and you guys know I'm a little bit emotional, they hand me a gift bag with a bunch of goodies in it and a gift card, and you know, that's the kind of thing that reminds that people really are special, and just meant a lot to me. And then when I got in with the doctor, great guy. One of the things I really like about this doctor and his practice at WellSpan Family Medicine on Roosevelt Avenue, wink wink, except they're not taking new patients, so you're out of luck. But anyway, he's a young guy, but one of the things I like about people is when they're just real. And when you talk to somebody and they talk to you with the respect that you as a human being are, they don't try to pretend they're somebody better or worse or anything like that. And he's just a normal guy, and love you guys. Love you, buddy. He's just a normal guy, and he's just wonderful doctor, and we joke and laugh, and anyway. So in fact I had mentioned that my concern was my first couple of days when this journey is going to be not that newsworthy to a lot of folks. And I said my toughest part might be the first week when I'm out there and heading to Gettysburg, and he might not want to know this, but he gave me he gave me his number. So you get in any trouble, give me a call. And again, how many doctors would give their patients their personal number and say, I'm here for you if you need me, and that was really special as well. So to all the folks down at Roosevelt Family Medicine, guys, love you. Thank you so much. Such a thoughtful gesture. I took a couple of pictures with the office staff, and I'll be putting that on the website here later this afternoon. I'm not in front of a computer now after I upload this. I'm here with the kids doing some things. You might hear them in the background. But the other thing was that I was talking about, I wanted to talk about today, because I'm getting excited as you talk to folks, is we're about just a little more than a week away, and the support has been really so positive, and that's just the local support. I can't imagine what's going to happen as this gets out there. It's really uplifting to go and have strangers come up to me. And the other part of it that's funny is, you think that the strangers that would be approaching me, at least in my mind, would be these, middle-aged Christian people and things like that. And it's so funny for me what I've discovered. And I forgot my little stick today, so if I'm moving the phone around, I'm holding it, and I usually feel less comfortable in front of the camera that way. But is the variety of folks that are really coming up to me. Like I said, I'm getting the alpha males, the young people, certainly the older folks that you would think would find some sentimentality in this whole trip. But like I said, for me, part of this trip was triggered by kind of this indifference and lack of empathy towards fellow men. And I hate to say it, but a lot of that comes from the younger generation. And I've been so impressed with the support I've gotten from the younger generation, and I'm really excited by that and reaching out to those folks as well. So the two things I wanted to just kind of finish up with and not be too long-winded today. The two things is, this is, again, I try to do try to teach something here to folks, whether they're younger or older, as we go. And I got a really special text this morning. I got a really special text. The words were uplifting and really positive and made me feel fantastic. But you know what, guys? As a society, we have fallen in love with text as a means of communication, and we just use text to replace. Literally, it's become an outlet for us. We don't have to get too involved, and it's got to stop. It really does. I said to this person, you know, what an amazing thing you sent me, but you know what? That text is going to be off my phone probably by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Imagine if you had taken the time to leave a voicemail and I got to hear your voice and inflection, and I got to save it, and on my journey I could play it whenever I'm feeling down or I need a little boost or pick me up, or even if I just want to appreciate those that are appreciating me. You know, and you think about that in everyday life. How many times do we say a simple "I love you" to somebody we love, or "I'm thinking about you"? You know, to me, a text is designed for, "Hey, I'm at the supermarket, do you need me to pick anything up?" Or, "Hey, what's the address again?" Or, "What time are you going to be there?" We have used text as a means of saying and discussing topics that really are worthy of a phone call. And so my encouragement to you guys today is, before you send your next text of any substance, don't send the text. Pick up the phone, leave a voicemail. I mean, hopefully speak to the person, but if you can't speak to the person, in fact, sometimes I think voicemails are even better than talking live, because again, once they hang up that call, they'll remember that conversation, but it's a one-shot deal. You leave a voicemail for somebody saying something nice, positive, "I'm proud of you, I'm thinking about you." They have that for as long as they want on their phone, and I think that's a really special thing. And then lastly, people keep coming up to me and asking me, you know, different folks, is what I hope to come from this here. And I'm going to put the challenge out there to everybody else. I really believe, as I get going, how much I believe right now where this thing is going to go. I try not to be overly dramatic or filled with hyperbole, but why can't this thing just grow and grow and grow? You know, I started off with this journey thinking about myself and my kids, and that's what it was, and it's still the basis driving it. But we talked about people, and I'm just thinking about it, and why couldn't, you know, imagine out there's some young couple right now, and they start to raise their son or daughter at 3 years old to say, "Hey, did you point the thumb?" The minute that they start, this could be used in any conflict out there. I mean, what if every classroom, every church, every household, you know, it starts a little bit at a time, but it starts with you guys practice. There is such a simplistic beauty in point the thumb, not the finger. You know, forget about the differences and problems and hostilities and fights. I'm not saying it will eliminate everything, but in my own life, how many times did things escalate to a level that didn't have to? If the very first things we had said was, you know, "Did you point the thumb?" You just give yourself time and pause to think, and I think it would minimize so many things. So I'm going to challenge you folks out there. I can only take this so far. I'm only going to meet so many people on the journey. You know, if you believe in me or believe in it, you know, there's no reason this thing couldn't, you know, become part of our everyday vernacular. And that's what now is my new hope and dream for this thing, is to make it something that every family, every classroom, every church knows. Point the thumb. You know, the first thing you ask somebody when they want to start complaining about people or anything else, a situation, a boss, a job, a work hours, a classroom, a teacher, "Did you point the thumb?" And that really at this point has become, you know, what I hope this thing turns into. And I'm hoping that 5-6 months from now, when this is all over, I look back and am amazed at the support that the country has given me, and not that they've given me, but they've given it, because it's not about me. Again, I'm just trying to deliver a message, and I'm just an everyday guy doing it. So I love you all for that. Kira, Grace, Landon, I love you guys. Roosevelt Family Medicine, thank you guys so much for the gesture and the thoughts, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.